Let's move to the fourth question of Yaksha Prashnam in Mahabharath. The first four questions belong to a single set. Apparently, they would look like questions about the sun, but they have hidden meanings of Athma and its journey, as explained by our Purvacharyas. Of those four, we have already seen the first three. Now the final question in this set as asked by Yaksha. Kasmimcha prathithishtathi. Where is the sun established? Well, what does the sun denote here? Let me repeat a couple of lines we have seen in the previous video to have a flow. Sun translates to Adithya and Adithya can be equated to Athma. But why should we interpret like that? See, it's natural to call an object by its tendency. Take sweets. You call it a sweet because its tendency is to be sweet. Similarly, what is the tendency of Athma? Adhathe ithi adhithyaha. Adhathe means to absorb. To understand this, imagine water boiling in a vessel. Water is like the Athma and vessel is like the body. Though there is no direct connection between fire and the water is able to absorb the heat through the vessel. Similarly, the tendency of Athma is to absorb everything around it through the material body and its senses. That is why Adithya can be equated to Athma. So the question can be reframed as, where is the Athma established? Or, where is Athma's permanent abode? Its permanent residence? Yudhishthira replies, Satyecha prathithishtathi. The Athma is established in Satyam. Here Satyam can be considered as Brahman. Not the four-faced Brahma, but Brahman. We often see the usage of word Brahman in our scriptures. What is it? Well, it can be equated to God because Brahman is everything, that which is incomprehensible, that which we cannot understand fully. Why? Because human brains can analyze only with the data the brain has already collected from the time of its birth. It cannot imagine something entirely new without holding any base information. Even when you dream during your sleep, the pictures that flash could only be the interpreted images of the data which you already hold in your brain. That is why we are unable to understand Brahman or God, the reason being that we are trying to imagine God from the limited knowledge that our brains possess. This is what even Prashnopanishad highlights. It says, only when you accept that you cannot understand Brahman, that's when you start understanding what Brahman is. Think about it again. Well, now we have a picture of what Brahman is. But why Satyam is equated to Brahman? Taittiriya Upanishad says, Satyam Jnanam Anantam Brahma. It says, try understanding Brahman with these three tendencies. Satyam, Jnanam, Anantam. Anantam, that which is infinite without beginning or an end. Since Brahman owns that quality, it can be called as Anantam. Jnanam. Brahman is a repository of all the knowledge that the universe has. The knowledge of gender balance in the world, the knowledge of laws of physics, the knowledge of birth, aging and death, all the knowledge that human brains can and cannot understand. As Brahman is the repository of all the knowledge, it can be called as the Jnanam itself. And finally, Satyam. Brahman can be called as Satyam, the truth. Why? First of all, what is truth? Truth is something which does not change. When you say tell the truth, it means you are asking the person to tell the thing which has not changed. Brahman is similar to that. It is something which does not change at all. No transformation, no vikaram. Avikaraya shuddhaya nityaya paramatmane. Since Paramatma or Brahman does not change at all, it can be called as the truth, the Satyam. Then what changes? The Atma changes. It transforms. Whenever we simply say Atma, it is Jiva Atma. You can call it as souls present in living beings in the planet. That Atma has Swabhava Vikaram. Its tendency changes based on the body it takes. So, the Atma, which has the property to change, finally merges with the Supreme, which does not change at all. So, the answer can be rewritten as Atma gets established in the Supreme or the Paramatma. To understand this line better, imagine rainbow. The sunlight, upon passing through the water droplets, splits itself into 7 colors. Let's say 7 bands of colors, which comprises of all the colors in the universe. Now think on the contrary. All the colors in the universe can merge itself and become white light, right? So, I can now say blue is present inside white, yellow is present inside white, right? Similarly, countless Atma upon moksha, gets established themselves in the single supreme Paramatma, just like how millions of colors dwell inside a single color of white. This is what is explained in the fourth question of Yaksha Prashnam in Mahabharata.